opportunity for some revenge because this young man, and I should mention, this is a good time to mention this. I think this is the first time it's happened. All but one of our comedians tonight is a certified public accountant. And that will all change in 3 weeks when this young gentleman earns his CPA.
Oh, good.
He got his accounting degree from UGA. His first job was teaching swimming lessons to what he called very ungrateful children, which he says was good preparation for his current job where adults yell at him. He's an Audit Associate at a little place called Grant Thornton. And as I said, tonight, competing for Vegas, and in 3 weeks, he's a CPA. He's living the dream, kids. Let's give it up for Brad Manning.
What's up? When people asked how I was going to start this, I said, it's a room full of accountants. I'm going to start it the way I do every day, drunk. It's the only way to be in a room with you people. No, when it was announced that I was a finalist for this, I got a message from HR, or people and culture, whatever the hell that means. I don't know. And they called, or they left a message and asked for me to call them, and so I was like, here it goes. She's gonna tell me I'm a shining light in this dark industry. And everything else that you all are thinking. And I call, and she's, I'm like, hey, Stacy, how are you? And she's like, good, how are you? I'm like, I'm feeling good as hell, baby. I'm just kidding. What's up, girl? And she said, I heard you're doing this stand-up thing. And I was like, yeah, don't worry. It's just an amateur thing. Like, you don't have to worry about me leaving the firm. I'm not going pro yet. But she was like, I'm not worried about that. She said, do you remember what I told you about when you meet with clients? I was like, don't take your shirt off when it's hot? She was like, no, and she was like, not that. I was like, don't assume they're pregnant just because it's a woman? She was like, yes, but not that. And I was like, oh yeah, that I don't represent the firm ever. And I was like, Stacey, don't even worry about it. I'm not gonna tell them I work for Grant Thornton. They're not even gonna know I work for Grant Thornton. Calm down. You might need to borrow some of my CBD oil. And so, right on. Peace. So I started not representing Grant Thornton in January. I graduated with my master's in December. Yeah. Yes. Please clap. I'm a millennial. I like the confirmation. Makes me feel good. But yeah, I mean, in college I was ready to start the working world, and now I'm here, and now I'm just waiting to die. That's all it is. I mean, college is exciting. You live in a bubble. You don't know what's going on in the rest of the world. And when you come out, like, I learned what was going on while I was away. Like Bill Cosby. Did you hear about Bill Cosby? We hate him now, you guys. He was America's dad. Now he's like daddy of the prison. When did this happen? And, once you get out, it's just, everything stresses you out. I mean, people talk about, oh, kids. You love talking about your kids. Fun. And, like, I have clients that will use their kids to insult me, and they'll be like, I'll go in and ask a question about a bank reconciliation, and they'll be like, I don't get what you don't understand. A 6-year-old could do this. Bitch. And so I'm like, yeah, Kendall, it looks like a 6-year-old did this. And by the way, your 6-year-old is not that cute. She came in 4th in a pageant. Did you really need to send a high priority email with a video of her talent? By the way, a talent is not playing with porcelain dolls. It's actually creepy as hell. It looks like a scene from The Shining. Of course, I don't say any of that because I'm only evil on the inside. But she knew. She knew. Or you just have the old guys, most of you, who want to, like, it'll be a quick comment about accounting, and they'll, I risked my life for this country. What the hell? Okay. I mean, I get it. Like, I've had nothing stressful in my life, let's be honest. I mean, and most of you haven't. Like, in biblical times, let's be honest, we would all be the first to die, okay? You know it. We sit in an air conditioning room all day. Nothing you do is hard, but we like to pretend it is. But, yeah, and so they'll come at you with something like that where, they fought in wars, Vietnam, Korean, Revolutionary. I don't know if that's right. I actually tune out about a quarter of the way through any conversation I have with someone over 30. It's just not that interesting. But they'll come at you with, I risked my life for this country. Okay, well, I risked my life. I went skydiving. And sure, it wasn't for a noble cause like for America. I paid to do it. But the end result was the same. My life was risked. No, the first time I went skydiving, I decided to do it because George Bush went skydiving, the smart one, not the fun one, on his birthday. And it looked really awesome. I mean, he had like an Air Force general strapped to him. 2 guys with guns jumped out before him, like scaled land. So I was like, okay, that's what will happen. No. I was strapped to Eduardo. Eduardo was not an Air Force general. He was the opposite of that. I don't know what that is, but he was the opposite. He was actually in training to become like an instructor, which is exactly what you want when jumping out of a plane. But so we're getting strapped in, and he has some guy come up who just looked like he shouldn't be the one judging Eduardo. His name was Billowing Breeze. I don't know. That's what he looked like. But and so he's like checking us out. I'm strapped to Eduardo, and he's like, "Oh, you forgot one hook." The hell? That's what you want to hear. And he was like, "Oh, don't worry, like that's why we have an instructor check behind him." Okay, well, what are you gonna do when we jump out of the plane and he forgets to pull the chute? Are you gonna be there, Bill? No. So that didn't make me feel good. And, we jump out. We're the last to go, so everyone can watch us die, I guess. I don't know. And everyone else lands normally, and, George Bush can't even walk, yet he lands on his feet. Meanwhile, me and Eduardo are coming in, and we land hot. I mean, we're butt to nut, or taco to churro, as Eduardo would say. It was not good. And so, when the client says I risk my life, well, you're damn right, I risk my life, okay? Being an adult is stressful. The doctor's appointments get weird when you're older. You go in, they're like, bend over and drop your pants. I'm like, okay, I need to get a new dentist. But then I think, whether you're a millennial or whatever you are, I think we all get that. We all hate weird doctor's appointments. And, you gotta get over those labels. I mean, accountants can be funny too. It's just hard because our jobs are depressing. But we can be. And whether you're funny to compensate for your looks, or you enter your kids in pageants to compensate for your weird childhood traumas, whether you tell the war stories or you suffer through listening to them, whether you're a funny accountant with an ass that won't quit, or one of whatever you are. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, all of us are just waiting to die. Thank you guys so much.